This is the Outlaw Mike Blackwell, Blue Collar Wrestling Alliance, and you are listening to the FTW podcast.
Okay, give me a second. Oh, I gotta fix this up.
I'm like, if anything's happening, I can't hear it.
Yeah, wait. Hold on. Wait. What the fuck? Hold on. I was just doing this.
Look, if you want, you can play it. We can just insert the thing.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
And I'm the technically challenged one.
Yes! That is the show intro right there. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the FTW podcast, the wrestling world in all its laughable glory. I am Harrison, and with me as always, back from Vegas, Jay to the Rizzo.
Dudes, I am so glad to be back and not working in Vegas as opposed to enjoying myself. And I also want to thank Harrison for his hefty donation for the locks of love that he wanted the hair for the beard. So, yeah, my nut is in your beard.
Well, I just, the best part of that is the fact that everybody, including you, when we talked, thought that was a legitimate text that you could have sent.
Totally.
This is awesome. All right, Rob, say hello, Rob.
Hey.
And Kevin, say hello, Kevin.
What's up?
And Garbage Man on the board. Tonight is episode number 97. It was recorded on January 17th, 2012. The minds are going to get us. First thing we want to do is jump into Impact, but we have a question from Facebook I want to pitch over to Rob, see what he says. Basically, the question comes in, why bother watching TNA pay-per-views when they replay the same matches with generally the same endings the following week on Impact? Is it does the question have merit? I mean, does it seem that way?
It really does. I mean, and I was talking about this. I've mentioned it before on other shows and on the pre-show and everything. This to me is part of TNA's just general lack of ability to really promote a pay-per-view, and I consider part of that being what you do following the pay-per-view. And if you're just going to have the same matches with generally the same endings the next week on Impact, you're really not giving people an incentive to shell out $40, $50, whatever they charge depending on the pay-per-view. And for the last couple of pay-per-views, TNA has really done that. They've really replayed the same matches from the pay-per-view the next week on Impact.
Okay. All right, so then for this week's Impact, what really stood out to you? What was your standout moment of Impact?
My standout Impact of moment this week was when AJ Styles just fucking threw the microphone and nailed Christopher Daniels in back of the neck. I've never seen that done. I've never seen somebody just get so angry they just throw the microphone.
Just fucking tomahawk that bitch.
Yeah, I mean, and AJ Styles, he really sold it so well. I mean, if you,
it had to have been painful.
Oh, it had to have been painful for Daniels. There's no way that bitch did not hurt. But AJ Styles sold it so well. If you didn't believe, if people did not know the stagemanship to wrestling, the scripts and the writers and all of that stuff, you would believe that AJ Styles was really and truly pissed off at Christopher Daniels and just, with nowhere else to go with his anger, just throws the microphone. It was great.
Stagemanship. I think that's my new favorite word. All right, so ODB defeated Winter. Now, does she have a contract yet, or is she still per appearance?
Well, I don't know. If they're going to have her defeating Winter, I would assume she's got a contract.
She's got to have a contract at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're starting to give ODB some kind of a push, but then again, it's Winter, who they've also been burying.
Yeah. My girl Winter. Major point scorer for me for the draft last season. Looking forward to this season. Totally not going to pick her. Well, this is why.
So hopefully, I'd like to see TNA do a little bit more with both ODB and Winter.
Okay.
Just we need to get some new blood in the Knockouts division. The main thing that pissed me off about Impact this week, 2-hour show, 4 matches.
Yeah, and one was no contest.
Yeah.
The main event, no less.
Yeah. I mean, it was just...
Yeah. Do you think that built the feud at all? Robert Roode and Jeff Hardy with Bully Ray in there? I mean, do you think that did that add to the tension, or were you just like, come on, seriously?
The latter. I mean, you know Bully Ray's going to get involved. I knew Bully Ray was going to get involved before the match came up. You knew it was going to be interference of some sort. You knew that we weren't going to see Robert Roode and Jeff Hardy. The only thing that excited me about the main event going to a no contest was the fact that James Storms defeated Kurt Angle. So now TNA is officially stuck with James Storm versus Robert Roode, which is the feud that they should have been building in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, cool, man. So, okay, fine. Let's rate Impact. Give it, out of 7 smiley faces, what do you think it was?
2, maybe 3.
Smiley faces? But they're happy. It's a happy 2 or 3. All right, cool. All right, so now we're going to jump over and piss off all the Ring of Honor hipsters and completely ignore it by talking about superstars in NXT. Garmin, take it away.
Yeah, we're gonna bring up NXT today, which is something we haven't done in a while. But the only reason why we're doing that is because Superstars was mostly segment-based, which is sad, because Superstars has been basically the show where you go to watch quality wrestling, and this time we didn't see it. We saw a semi-decent match between Wade Barrett and Yoshitatsu. We saw a semi-decent match between Evan Bourne and Michael McGillicuddy. But really, the show was just pushing the Daniel Bryan versus Big Show storyline and the Kane versus John Cena storyline. And I'm going to disregard the Kelly versus Brie Bella main event.
It was the main event.
Yeah, it was the main event, and it was about as awesome as you would expect it to have been. Basically,
So they had sex, is what you're saying.
Yeah, what you saw, what you saw later on network TV with Raw, that's about what we got on Superstars. But NXT, this is the first time that I've actually spent time watching NXT, and they've dropped all of the stupid game show style storylines and are actually pushing some quality matches. We saw Tyler Rex versus Trent Beretta, which was a very good match. Made Trent Beretta look like an actual he did well. I don't know if it's just Tyler Rex is a good is good in the jobber role and was able to accentuate a lot of Beretta's skills, but overall that was a very good match. We also saw the Usos take on Tyson Kidd and JTG, which was a solid tag team match, and it actually put the Usos in a very good spot, at least in my mind. We don't really have a face tag team other than Air Boom. And, just looking at the other tag teams that are around, we have Epico and Primo, the Usos, and then Tyler Rex and Kurt Hawkins. Mostly, the other two teams are heels, while Air Boom and Usos are the faces. And the Usos got a very good reaction from the crowd. So I think, just looking at the landscape of the tag team division, it's still slowly developing, but it's developing enough that you're starting to see some teams pull away. They're not really pulling away from a huge pack, but they're still pulling away and defining themselves, and I think the Usos are doing that. The only other thing that happened on NXT was Johnny Curtis defeated Alex Riley, and this was the first time we've seen it's the first time we've seen Johnny Curtis since SmackDown, when he was doing those promos, the video packages in the back about how he was coming to SmackDown and he was going to make an impact, and they were kind of like creepy and kind of cheesy and pun filled, and we really haven't seen him since, but. He had a fantastic match against A-Rai. And I don't know if it's A-Rai being the good, secondary character in this situation, but overall Johnny Curtis looked good. I think he'll make a quality pick moving forward if someone can bring him up, especially like in the draft. Most likely is when we'll see him again on like a SmackDown or a Raw. The only other note that I made, and I know I'm just flying through this, but the only note that I made was that despite my enjoyment of Yoshitatsu and Trent Beretta, Tyson Kidd, I think they're all good talents, but I don't believe that they can do well holding a U.S. title or an Intercontinental Championship. I don't see them in that class. And it almost seems like, you have superstars and NXT, and these are good matches, but I think what would really benefit everyone on both rosters is if they brought in like a Cruiserweight title or a TV championship or something.
Just for these shows? Just
for these shows, to give them something to, have a goal.
To give him something to believe in?
Yeah.
No, it's a good point. I'm surprised. It was something I was thinking we could do a discussion for last week, but we just didn't have the time.
Yeah, like Yoshi is great, but he's not someone you would see holding the U.S. title. Same thing for like a Tyson Kidd. You might be able to see a Tyson Kidd in the future with holding the U.S. title, but just at this point, it would be nice to have something low end of the spectrum that they can compete for.
Yeah.
Especially on these shows.
It would only be on these shows, yeah, because it would definitely give the main events, at least the main event picture, something. Otherwise, what's the point? At least that way they can build for a title. All right, cool, man. All right, so Joe, welcome back. Time to put you to work. What was your...
Ah, shit.
Goddamn right. What was your standout moment of SmackDown, buddy?
I think the end. Watching Big Show try and cry. In the main event, I'm jumping all the way to the end here. Sorry, folks, if you wanted some type of build-up to it. But Big Show's facing Daniel Bryan in a no DQ, no count-out match. Goes no contest. How do they manage this? Daniel Bryan goes running by his supposed girlfriend, AJ, where she's like, Daniel Bryan, I love you. I love you. And he's just like, oh, thanks. I appreciate that. So he totally looks and he looks like Garvin and he pulls a Garvin. And see, yeah, yes. I need to be the only one to appreciate that one, Harrison.
Yeah, that was great. That was a good one.
But so he goes running by it. Bryan goes running by AJ with Big Show in hot pursuit, and Big Show, he can't corner well, so he swings wide just like every other semi.
He's Bowser in
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
Can't take a corner. He's not Toad. He can't dart in and out of there.
No.
Bowser is notorious for being succumbed to the red shell. He can't dodge it.
Got that top speed going, but
yeah. So he drifts and he just lays her out, and it's hilarious because they stop. Like, the match just stops, and like, holy shit, and the backboard comes out, and the neck brace comes out, and Big Show's like, he's just like, got this weird, like, wailing, crying face on, and Daniel Bryan the entire way to the back is just scolding him. He's like, you're a bastard. You're 500 pounds. She's 95 pounds. What the fuck is your problem? God, I mean, what are you thinking? What is wrong with you? You're a bad boy. Go lay down. I mean, just...
No, it was. No, Joe's got it right. It was very much Frankenstein scolding his monster type of feel there. It was like one of those weird moments when you know it was scripted a certain way, but I don't think they quite anticipated how it would look on camera.
It was so awkward. But it was the most intriguing thing, I think, in SmackDown. Otunga beat Santino, which was good to see. I mean, Otunga picks up a win. I want to see what they're going to do with him outside of this I'm a lawyer role. I'm a lawyer. Two things. Drew McIntyre loses to Ted DiBiase. Actually, it's going to be three things. Justin Gabriel apparently beats Heath Slater, but with Hornswoggle's assistance. Really? Does Justin Gabriel really need Hornswoggle's assistance to beat Heath Slater?
Well, when you got Flippy taking on Ginger, you need that little extra oomph.
I mean, just throw some Wendy's chicken nuggets at him. And then the one thing that I like but hate in the same breath is Brodus Clay beating Tyson Kidd with 2 moves.
You hated that?
I love I think the gimmick is great. It's so bad it's good kind of thing. Like, it's the Godfather Next Generation. Almost. You know, it's entertaining, but in the same way, you're hurting him as that monster character he had previously, which I liked a lot more.
Yeah, but the thing is...
But but he's working the gimmick, and he's doing a good job.
Look, if he's doing the monster gimmick, then you have Mark Henry doing that gimmick, and then when Karma comes back, you got Karma doing that gimmick. And do you really think... with those two, Brodus Clay is totally going to fall by the wayside. So I think this gimmick works. I think it totally works for him.
I'm just thinking I think it's going to hurt him long term.
Joe, did you see the amount of signs that are already out 1 week after
Somebody call my mama.
1 week after this thing debuted? I mean...
Oh, yeah. No, it's huge, but I think in the long term, it can hurt him.
No, he's got a point, because, what happened to Godfather after Godfather dropped the Godfather gimmick?
He was a good father.
Yeah, and that was terrible.
Oh, yeah, but Right to Censor was probably one of the best heel stables that just didn't pick up steam. It was a brilliant idea.
Right.
It was a brilliant idea. It just didn't go.
It was too inside baseball, that's the problem. You know, it's one of those things where unless you were kind of in the know, you kind of didn't really... You didn't have that kind of handle to latch onto.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But anyway, Big Show's a bastard, and he, he's 500 pounds, she's 95.
We're gonna have to get.
I was waiting for Daniel Bryan to hit him with a newspaper.
No, we're gonna have to take
expected.
that clip of Daniel Bryan calling Big Show a bastard, and then get like Garvin calling Kia a bastard, and see if we can match him up and see how close they are. Garv, do you think you can get a hold of a car and just like as it's rolling down your driveway, just keep calling it a bastard, and then we
could probably set that up.
Okay, good, because I want to see what it looked like side by side.
But hey, while we're speaking about Daniel Bryan, I know last week Scott and I got into a bit of an argument on whether or not Daniel Bryan was doing a full heel turn. I think it was a lot more obvious this week that that's exactly what they were trying to push. They were pushing Bryan as the heel, and he's still funny. He's still doing non-heel stuff, but the way he was interacting with AJ, and obviously he's getting tons of boos now. So I think we can go ahead and just
but those are
mark this in the heel column.
Yeah, but the problem is a lot of those boos are being piped in.
Sure, I agree with that. In the very beginning, in his opening segment, he was they were definitely piping it in, but he did go after his quote unquote critics like Heyman Rules 512.
Yeah, that's fair.
So he was going after the people who were basically going after him. So,
all right, Kev. When you look at Raw in all its magnificence, what was your favorite thing about it?
I gotta pick one. Probably Foley. Any episode that starts off with Foley at the beginning of the show is just a good thing for me. So, him coming out there, I really hope he is one of the 30 participants. You got to figure it's probably a formality at this point. And it's a great way for him to get back in the ring. Obviously, he got back in the ring at the end, but it was really just squashing some guy and not taking any bumps. But, this would be a good way to put him back in the ring for the nostalgia factor because they've been doing it for years now. So, why not Foley? So kids can see him in the ring in a major event, and then I'm with everybody else. Let's let him go away. But I think overall, if they have to do it, this is a good way to do it. Swagger squashes Ryder due to the injury angle. Now Ryder's going off TV. All right, I guess. I don't think they had too many other options. I don't know where Swagger goes from here. I didn't think there was any way they could make a Divas match less interesting to me or for me to hate it more. Then they brought out Perez Hilton to go ahead and announce the match.
Yeah, who is he?
To be the special guest ring person to announce the wrestlers. I was like, wow, I can't hit fast forward fast enough this time.
Yeah,
and it's over.
Who is he? He's like, he works for like E Network or something?
Perez Hilton started he started his own webpage. This was a long time ago, and it's like
so
a
he's a
gossip
blogger?
Page.
Oh.
Yeah,
he's a
page.
celebrity gossip blogger.
Yeah.
Oh, so like Drudge, but for celebrities.
Yes.
Right, kind of like a TMZ, but without all the paparazzi.
To his credit, he did probably do it before everybody else.
Oh, good on him then.
He was like
considering
the
the fact that he
post
gave
Two
him
Girls One Cup as well.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
He was the first guy to post Two Girls One Cup.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Anyway,
if you got to be kingmaker, I mean, why not?
So they somehow made him a Divas match worse for me. Didn't even think it was possible. A couple other things. The Funkasaurus is back. This time jiggling his ass in the ring before the match. Squashes JTG. I mean, look, we debated it last week, and it's obviously worked. There were signs all over the place. Somebody called my mama. I mean, and even in the the front rows of Raw, it's already doing what it's supposed to, and good on him. Kick it up to 11. This is exactly what Brodus did. Good for him, and keep rolling with it. Joe makes a good point, though. Long term, does this hurt him? Maybe, but people change gimmicks, people tweak things. That's probably what's going to end up happening in the end. But right now, it's got him rolling, so that's good.
I don't know. Joe has a point because you don't want to enter Santino country. Face it, Santino went. He's not coming back.
But I don't think he will. I don't know. I see him wanting to be taken more seriously than that, but that's a fair point.
Seriously?
I think Santino wants to be taken more seriously than Santino.
Yeah, but the problem is when you come out with that snake glove on your... I'm sorry, dude. If you want to be taken more seriously than when you came back a few weeks ago from your hiatus, you should have came out and kicked ass. Different ring music.
That was his chance, and he didn't.
No, he didn't. He came out with shaved Santino. So...
other than that, they added Jericho to the main event, who came in, pointed at the crowd, and left again. Okay. Foley came out, wrestled for a little bit, and then then Punk saves the end of the show by going off with yet another epic promo, and then Laurinaitis goes on the tirade, and that's it. I mean, it was a decent Raw, mainly because of Foley and Punk's tirade. Other than that, meh.
Okay, now Jericho coming out, pointing at the crowd, leaving. Are you getting tired of this? I mean,
yes.
is your patience starting to wear thin?
Yes, completely. Because this is 3 weeks in a row now. The first two, he runs out, and then I'm all pumped up to see Jericho return and wrestle. I'm like, yes, this is going to be awesome, and no dice.
Well, I think what sets this one apart is that now we are able to predict what he's going to do. Like, once it was announced he was going to be in the match, no one thought he was going to actually compete in the match. It's becoming too predictable what he's going to do. They need to actually move forward with whatever the storyline is.
So you're thinking, Garvin, that now they've set up. Now it's going to be okay. Now here comes what we're meaning to do with it.
Yeah, this is definitely a good time to turn the page. If they continued him doing the same things that he's been doing, it's going to get boring really quick. He's going to lose the impact that he has.
See, but I think that's part. I mean, obviously, I wasn't around last week, but I think that's part of it. Is he's going to do the shit till everybody gets really fucking pissed off, and then he's got 2 weeks before the Rumble. I think, they're going to have him, whatever he's going to be doing, he's going to make the statement. I'm going to say after the Rumble.
After? Not even at?
No, I think he's going to, only if he wins the Rumble will he make a statement afterwards.
Okay.
I think they're going to keep him mute until that point, and then it's all going to come
If
out.
something happens on Rumble, sure.
If the rumor stays true that they want a Punk Jericho main event for Mania, this is it. This is how you're going to get to it.
Well, this is an easy way to get to it.
It makes the most sense.
All right, it's time for the main event, main news. First things first, Evan Bourne was suspended for 60 days after his second wellness policy violation in as many months. Interesting to note, Air Boom drops the tag titles at a house show, only to then lose again on Raw. Does it seem kind of like a Band-Aid solution that went on there?
Pretty much, but what are they going to do? I mean, do you suspend a guy for wellness? You can't. They kept the title on him and Kofi during his first suspension. At this point, they got to be like, we can't fucking do this again. We can't do it. Fuck you. Eat a dick, something or other, because really, you just came back from a fucking suspension, and you're gonna get hit with it again? How long does this shit stay in your system that you get busted for this?
About a month.
Well, then maybe he did some on vacation, and his unannounced vacation, and fucked his career up.
Okay,
damn,
so
dude.
You think he's in the shithouse right now?
Incredibly.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm completely with Joe. I mean, you're pushing Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston. You're giving them the tag titles, and it's like you just said, Harrison. Second wellness policy violation in as many months, which means he screws up again. He's gone from the WWE. The WWE has to be looking at that, and I think it's. I think it's like you said, it's a Band-Aid solution. WWE management goes, oh shit, now asshole's out. Well, have them drop it at a house show. Fuck it.
Okay, Kev, disagree?
No, I don't. I'm with everybody else, and Joe hit it on the head. They didn't make him drop it during the first violation, which is the big thing to me. I mean, this time I don't have any choice. I mean, they said, hey, all right, you fucked up, clean up your act, we're not going to take the title off of you. And he didn't. So they have to act. The guy that I feel bad for in this is Kofi for not doing anything wrong and having to suffer through this as well. You essentially screwed over your tag partner. So, in my opinion, at this point, drop the title, split them up, let Evan Bourne wallow for a while. Until he gets his act together, and put Kofi in the mid card. We need more faces in the mid card anyway. He's obviously way talented enough. Put him in there. Let him go up against somebody. I mean, him and Swagger at this point would seem really good, since if they're going to take Ryder off TV. So help Kofi out because he deserves it, but. Evan screwed himself here. I mean, you gotta know better than that, and you gotta do better than that with this policy, and you gotta think they're going to be watching you, after you just had a violation. So put down the frickin' hash there, Cheech.
Excellent point, Kevin. I mean, what do you think happens to Kofi Kingston? Because they got the belts on, getting a great push, great crowd reaction. Everyone was excited to watch him, and then now this happens twice. I mean, how much? When you think of this grenade going off, how much damage do you see it hitting Kofi as well?
I don't think
he's getting the impact of it, but they can still do stuff with Kofi. It's just because they didn't have anything for him and he's still popular. A tag team was a brilliant idea for him. I think Kevin's right that they're going to put him in the mid card. I mean. He could light up the mid card again if they don't have him doing the same shit he does all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on, Rob. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to hurt Kofi Kingston that much. I'm right on with what Joe was saying. Bourne's the one who fucked himself here. Kingston should be fine. There's a lot of other things they can do with him, but at the same point in time, it does suck for Kingston because he was on a fairly decent tag team run, but WWE management also almost has to take the titles off because you're supposed to defend the titles once every 30 days, but so it screws him over, but I think he'll recover from it. But if I were Kingston, I'd be a little pissed.
Yeah, I can imagine. Do you see him getting that push that he started against Orton 2 years ago?
Not right now. The mid-card's too full.
Well, the mid-card's too full of heels.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the point that we're always bringing up.
Yeah, but the WWE is also trying to push, 10 different guys. And even with as many shows as they have a week, it's really hard to give pushes to as many guys as the WWE is trying to give pushes to. Will they throw him back into the mid-card? Yes, but I'm afraid that he's going to get lost in the shuffle.
Okay. Do you want to bring up one thing real quick? Todd Grisham tweeted, quote, shocked about Evan Bourne. Once could be chalked up to a bad decision. Twice and there's a real problem. Hope he gets well. Great guy. JR said, obviously unfortunate for the talent. 2 strikes are never good, but I want to make it clear that I know zero details. It basically is being taken seriously as it is, and it's terribly perplexing why a talent would travel the same road again. And even Evan Bourne himself tweeted, sorry y'all, sometimes we become our worst enemy. Is this the end of Evan Bourne as we know it? I mean, do we want to take that kind of CNN super prediction right now, or is it too early to tell?
Let's make that super prediction. Two suspensions and 2 months for violating the same policy. I think Evan Bourne is in real danger.
Okay.
If we were on Lost in Space, a little robot would be going, "Danger, Will Robinson, danger!" right about now.
Oh my God! Really? Okay.
Yes, really. I went back and dug that out.
You're adorable. All right, Kevin, show. Do you think Rob's got a point? Because I think he does.
Yeah, I do.
Do you see a third strike?
Yeah, yes, I do. I see one more simply for the fact that he is incredibly dynamic and really gets the crowd ignited. But I see him getting buried for a while. I think he's going to have to earn his way back. But I don't think he gets future endeavor just yet. But I do think he's going to get buried for a while.
Yeah, he's gonna have to seriously eat some crow. So, I mean, he's probably going to be jobbing to Heath Slater. And maybe Ted DiBiase, maybe Jinder Mahal.
We're going to see him on Superstars tonight. We're going to see him on Superstars a lot. All right, so we got a voicemail from a fan of the show named Tyler. Tyler, quick pro tip, don't give out your last name when you send it out on the internet. We're not going to do it on the show, but just fair warning. Just looking out for you, buddy. Garv's going to play it for us right now, and then we'll go through the topics he brought up, because I got to be completely honest. I mean, first off, he's a kid, but he's freaking smart. I mean, this is a kid who knows, the NWO coming back. Yes, please. I mean, someone his age thinking that? Yes, absolutely. Anyway, Garvin, go ahead and play it.
Yo, 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 this is Polar, and I want to tell you, NWO is going to come back. The Nexus should come back. Zack Ryder is gonna get his United States Champion back. And, dun dun dun, Kane will be unmasked.
I love that kid.
Okay, that's official.
And he brings his own sound effects. That's awesome.
That's the win of the month. That's it. Win of the month right there.
No, that's
we don't
awesome.
need any more
Tyler,
wins. We just had
Tyler is absolutely my favorite fan. All right, we got 2 more. We'll do them in a minute. Anyway, first things first. I mean, we're all in agreement. There's no way NWO can come back. One guy's in rehab, and the other guy can't walk.
Not happening.
Yeah, I mean, look, Tyler, you're absolutely right. NWO would be great. I mean, they could always bring back the name and the stable. They just can't bring back those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to see NWO come back.
Even the name?
The name is...
Because it's too...
No.
Does something interesting, though. Kane being unmasked. What do you think about that?
See, now that is interesting, and I think if they do it, it's going to be... It probably... Maybe not in this match with Cena, but definitely...
It's way too soon.
Yeah,
I agree.
Maybe...
You got to let him wear that thing for another few years to build up the reputation of why he needs it. Because they never did that. They're just kind of touching on an old-school Kane.
But, no, he wore it because it was the disfigurement of his and Undertaker's parents? Isn't that what the original reason was?
Right, he was disfigured, and he couldn't speak because his vocal cords were burned, and then he came back, and he was just like, then he had the voice thing, and he's like,
that was awesome.
I'm gonna get you, John Cena.
Which,
you know, I know.
I always was kind of jealous of Kane, because I always wondered, as somebody who can talk, I always wondered what that would feel like, to have that thing right there and trying to talk to it. But, I'm a sadistic bastard. No, years, really, Kane? Because I can't see him being around for years. I think he's got maybe 3 or 4 years left.
Yeah, you go at least 2 before.
Okay,
you have
let's
to make
rephrase the question then to: do you see Cena, Kane, Dolph, or CM Punk winning the Royal
Rumble?
Rumble?
He's pulling it off and going, "Yep, still fucking fat and bald on my face."
Pretty much.
Or we can
I'm right with Joe here. I think the WWE has to spend at least this year, provided the world doesn't end. You spend at least this year, maybe even next year. Building up the mask again before you can take it off. It's a great idea. It should happen, but you've got to build the mask up as you have to build a new history up for the mask.
And it'll be a fantastic match. It'll just be, it'll be fantastic. All right. Okay, we're going to bring up the next recording. Garvin, go ahead.
Jeff Hardy should come back, my Hardy, in Kurt Angle. And then at WrestleMania, when John Cena and The Rock is going to face each other, there should be a return of The Undertaker streak. Undertaker versus Booker T. And TNA should invade WWE, or WWE should invade TNA Impact. Please, I want this to be true. Woo, woo, woo! You know it! Hello?
Yeah.
Whoa, you know it. Bye.
Okay. Jeez, Tyler, come on, man. Can I have my show back? Jeez, dude. Come on. A lot of really good points on there. I mean, Hardy's coming back.
Okay, let me just say, right now, he's probably the head booker for TNA.
Yeah. All right, here's the thing. Hardy's coming back, yay or nay? I'm a nay on that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had their chance, and Jeff has proven that he just. I mean, Matt just. I don't know. I mean, they when they came back last time, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, if they were to do that, it's gonna be like, ooh, sandwich.
Yeah. Kurt Angle, yay or nay?
He won't. He's burned the bridge.
Yeah. I'm right with Joe. And Angle's got a. When Jeff Jarrett's not fucking him over, Angle has a pretty good deal in TNA. TNA lets him take time off to recoup from injuries or to try out for the Olympics or do whatever he wants to do. It's not in Angle's best interests to come back to the WWE.
No. Well, first of all, he's not coming back to the TNA, but no, I think he could come back to WWE. I mean, once the Olympics are over, I mean, I really can't see him go. I can't see him doing very well in the Olympics. Well, I don't know what his conditioning is as far as, in actual, Greco-Roman. But coming back to WWE and not TNA, I'd like to see it. I mean, more power to him. He's not in the Hall of Fame yet, is he?
No.
Okay.
He won't be in the Hall of Fame until he's actually retired for a while.
Right. So he can come back on a Legends contract. I'd like to see him in a few shows. I think it'd be great. I mean, he can do more work than, and like Booker T and all these other guys. Absolutely. All right, so Undertaker streak on the line, obviously, against WrestleMania, against Booker T. Now, that, I gotta be honest, is a booking I wouldn't normally go for, but I can kind of warm up to it.
No, not this year at all. The 20th anniversary of the streak, no. It's got to be somebody a
like
lot
Kane.
more
Hogan?
relevant
You bring
than
back
Booker
Hogan?
T.
No, it's going to be someone like Kane. Booker and Taker really never had much in the way of great feuds. I mean, you got plenty of better people for that. I mean, Kane, Rock
if
would
you're
be
gonna
good.
do something
but
like
Rock's
that, you know
taken-
Taker's gonna be like, "What? You're fucking still employed here, Booker? Shit. All right, let's do it. Pin."
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, it would be interesting. It would be an interesting match because I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember a really good Booker T Taker match. I'm afraid I can't. But it's not to say it couldn't happen.
I'm not.
Especially now with the way Booker's doing.
I'm not sure the two have even fought each other. Have even wrestled each other.
No, they're
Let's
pets.
keep it that way.
TNA invading WWE or WWE invading TNA. Damn. Conceptually, yes, but the way ECW was handled as it fell apart near the end, I don't know. I wouldn't trust either WWE or TNA to handle this properly, but in my dreams, yes.
Yes.
The knockouts going up against the Divas? Oh, yeah.
I'm with you all the way, Harrison. Or at least what they could do is they could pull something like what DX pulled to to WCW. Just have a group of TNA wrestlers show up outside an arena that the WWE is holding an event in and calls a ruckus.
Yeah.
You know, even that would be awesome. And TNA has the talent that could pull it off. Send Mr. Anderson.
Hey, they'll give him something to do because he hasn't been doing much.
Right.
I was gonna say, is he even around anymore?
No, he's still there.
He's
janitor. Right.
he's still on the roster. He just hasn't been on TV at all in a while.
Since mid-November. We actually have it as a point to bring up in the news. Since November 15th.
But I'm completely with you and Tyler on this one, Harrison. Conceptually, ideally, it would be awesome, but realistically, it would be hard as hell to pull off.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, setting aside the logistics of the wrestlers, just the creative on alone. I mean, WWE kind of burned that invasion angle bridge on me with ECW. All right, so third voicemail, Garvin. Let's hear the third part.
Yeah, Y2J should win the Royal Rumble and go on heading to WrestleMania and facing the streak of the Undertaker's 20 and 0. Could be 19 and 1. And once again, Jeff Hardy should return. Matt Hardy should return. But truly and truly, I wish Kurt Angle could return. And then I wish Kane versus John Cena at the Royal Rumble these 2 weeks. And then it's going to be Dragon to Hell or Dragon to Team C Nation. So, that's what I wish. Woo, woo, woo. You know it. And I should be a wrestler. Bye.
Dude, seriously, there are wrestling schools, and you got what, 12 more years till you're 16? You should. I'm just kidding, Tyler. I'm just kidding, man. No, but dude, totally get into a wrestling school.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great workout alone. Garvin did it, and he was always talking about how great it is. They teach you everything as far as it's really good aerobic. Think of it as like it's like karate but cooler. Okay, he corrected himself. He changed gears instead of Booker T. Y2J winning the Royal Rumble and then going on to face Taker for his streak. Yes.
Yeah. Funny he mentions that because that's one of the guys I was considering as a guy that I thought would win it. Big return right before it happens. Is Kane going to be in there? We don't know. I mean, if he was, that would probably be my pick. But, Cena's facing The Rock. Punk's probably going to have the title. So, yeah, you have to think about who they really want to push or who's getting a lot of the heat right now. Y2J would seem to make a lot of sense.
Well, see, I don't know if he corrected himself. He might be thinking that one guy can't beat The Undertaker, so send two guys against him and make it a handicap match. Undertaker versus Booker T and Y2J.
Ebony and Ivory up against the Taker. Sounds good.
But yeah, I agree with Kevin.
That's how they'll bill it.
I agree with Kevin completely on Y2J winning the Rumble and facing Taker's streak. On the other hand, I like that this kid really seems to be a Kurt Angle fan. Because Kurt Angle is all about technical, actual wrestling, and it's nice to see that the kids are still interested in that, not just those of us who are older wrestling fans.
Back in my day, people cared about technical wrestling.
Exactly, Joe.
None of this flippy hippie bullshit.
Exactly.
It wasn't just all video packages.
Let me grab my cane and shake it. Nah, shit, it fell down again. Oh well.
All right, so Y2J up against Taker, absolutely. I mean, Jericho says in his autobiography that his match against The Rock, one of Rock's last ones before he retired, well, quote unquote retired, he put on a hell of a match, and Rock actually said as he was pinning Jericho, thank you, this was the match of my life, down in Hawaii. So if Taker's got to go out, who better than Y2J? I mean, I can't think of anybody at Taker's caliber that would be able to put up a better match.
CM Punk.
No,
he's right up there.
Yeah,
he's
he
right
is,
up there.
But they don't really have the same history, though. Like I'm trying to think, 20-0, dude. That's
really the 20th one should be. Come on, it should be Kane.
Okay,
we all know this.
Yeah, it really should be Kane just for the storyline purposes of it. But Y2J, dude, Jericho will put on a great match.
Jericho will always put on a great match.
Exactly, there you go. And let's see, he'll do what Triple H didn't do, which is put on a great match. Kane against Cena at Royal Rumble. I like this. Drag Me to Hell / C Nation match, or Drag Me to C Nation match. I kind of like that stipulation.
Yeah, it would definitely be an interesting match, and Kane versus...
It would do something good with it.
Yeah, Kane versus Cena, it would be an epic match, and with that kind of stipulation, there's a lot of cool things the WWE could do with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that Kane and Cena could do. Well, what about you, Kev, Joe? You think that would be kind of interesting?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a good stipulation, and maybe this kid should work as like one of the writers. This is not bad ideas at all.
No, these are really good.
Coming strong, and I like it. I think it'd be a good way to possibly do a match and a good gimmick for a match.
Aside from the Hardys thing, but we'll just ignore that.
Well, notice I didn't mention anything there.
Okay,
so.
I mean, just say, you got to sift through the dirt to get to the gold.
See, Kevin actually ignored it, Harrison Watt,
yeah,
whereas you came
Kevin
out and said, verbally said, we're going to ignore it.
I mean, look, we've gone on record on our feelings on the Hardys in the past, and yeah, it's good to hear opposing viewpoints, but, it is our show, so. Dude, man, how excited would you be to, see NWO coming back, get those shirts out again? I don't think I fit into mine anymore.
What about the LWO, man? Latino World Order?
Oh, man.
They definitely got more Latinos now that they do now than they did in the past. All right, you guys ready to jump on to quick hits?
Let's go.
Quick hits.
Boom, boom. Boom! Alright, it's time for quick hits. For those of you guys new to the show, each one of us is going to get 30 seconds to sound off on a news topic. There's time afterwards, we'll yell at each other for a little bit. Alright, first one on the docket. On Superstars, Matt Striker asked, quote, everyone is eligible for the Royal Rumble even if they are already booked in a match. Hearing that statement and basically looking at the card for the pay-per-view in itself, do you see the following guys winning the Rumble and possibly winning? Cena, Kane, Dolph, and Punk, who are currently all in matches. Do you see them also in the Royal Rumble and possibly winning? Joe?
I see Dolph, and I'm going to say Kane, possibly Cena in the Rumble. Punk, I guess I could, but I think Punk's going to retain. So, I mean, Dolph is going to really put on a show. I think he'll make a good showing in the Rumble. I think that's going to be where he's really going to start to truly stand out.
And if a champion... Okay, cool. All right. Rob?
I think all four of these guys are going to be in the Rumble, but I don't think any of them are going to win it.
Oh, okay. Kevin?
Yeah, Dolph's the one that Dolph and Kane are the ones that I can really see doing it. I mean, if Kane's in there, I could see it, but I think they want to do the feud with Cena for longer. So, I mean, it's possible. Dolph definitely, though, I mean, with the way that they've pushed him, but I'll still stick with my Y2J pick. They've had heels win it, I think, the last 2 years in a row. I think it's probably time for a face.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Kane and Dolph, maybe Cena, just because Cena's gonna be in everything.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. No, not Punk, because I think he's gonna retain. So okay, so let's just do it. Last week, because I can't read a calendar, I thought the Royal Rumble was this weekend. It's actually next weekend. So we're gonna ask this question again now, so we can do it on our preview show and we can discuss the answers for everybody. Who do you think is going to win the Royal Rumble? Kevin says Y2J. Anybody else?
Kevin's correct.
So both Kevin and Joe are saying Y2J.
Yep. You can add me to that list.
Wow, Joe, Y2J. Now, is this because of what Tyler brought up in the phone call, or did you guys think of this before?
No, I had him. I had him since he came back. That was one of about 3 guys, and the more that I look at it, the more I think it's probably going to come true.
Yeah, but he's won it already, hasn't he?
No,
I don't think so.
He didn't?
No.
He won the unification tournament.
Oh yeah,
That's
right.
That's what he always brags
Rumble.
about. He beat Austin and The Rock in the same night to unify the
One
titles.
right after another.
Right,
Dude,
one
you can
right
brag
after
about
The
the
very
other.
first undisputed champion, and probably the best.
Undisputed champion.
Yeah, I mean Brock had a good showing of it, but when they did the story where he decided he was only going to wrestle on SmackDown, then they needed to put a title on Raw.
Yeah, that kind of ruined it.
Yeah, but I mean,
No, it was good. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
no, he's the only other person I think who truly deserved an undisputed title like that.
All right. Hey,
To
man,
really-
I'm with my buddy Tyler here. I think, I'm with you guys. Y2J goes the distance and wins the Rumble. I think it'd be awesome.
But no Taker this year. There's going to be no Taker.
Yeah, we're not going to see Taker in the Rumble.
Yeah, I don't.
But
think so.
what about a segment?
No.
Not even the Royal Rumble.
Because if they tease a segment, they're going to have to put him in at Mania.
Well, then why wouldn't they?
Because they really want to build up 20-0.
Well, they could.
I don't really. Who are they going to put him against for 20-0? He should go with Kane, but if they're going to drag out any more of the Cena bullshit, and I don't know, it seems awkward. I say give him another year off.
But then it would be 20 straight. That's the thing.
It hasn't been 20. It has. Well, no, it's 20 straight wins at WrestleMania when he's been in WrestleMania. Before he came back as the American Badass. He took a year off.
Yeah, he did take a year off.
He's had WrestleManias off.
Yeah,
but every WrestleMania match he's won is the streak.
I don't know. I think it'd be great. Y2J wins the Rumble. All of a sudden, the lights go out. You hear the thunder. Johnny Cash starts playing, and then he walks out and points to him, and then just points and then like WrestleMania flashes on the screen. Dude, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. All right.
It would be epic, Harrison.
Taker versus Karma. Taker versus Karma.
As you're describing that scene, I'm starting to imagine it too, and yeah, it could be epic. Undertaker doesn't have to say a word; just points at Jericho, does the thumb across his neck, and like the WrestleMania sign flashes up or something.
Yeah, I mean, then that would set up.
Do you think Taker's pissed that Jericho stole his video packages leading up to a now failed debut?
Well, it's not failed technically. I mean, it's
if it was supposed to be, like Jericho, why did you steal my video packages?
I left them on the table for me. They were clearly labeled. This is just
Damn
like
it,
when
now
you
I have to go get Paul Bearer.
dig his ass up again. All right. Looking at the current storylines in WWE right now, are you happy with the direction this is going? In 30 seconds, answer this question. Go, Joe.
Depends on the storyline. Go Brodus Clay. Go Brodus Clay. Somebody better call your mama. Because it ain't my mama.
Oh, man, I love this. We got this question.
I pity the fool who don't like Brodus Clay. I pity the fool.
We got this question asked to us on Facebook, and we put it in a quick hits. I just love that it's the biggest question and most complicated one in the world, and you got to answer in 30 seconds. All right, Rob, go.
Some of the storylines are doing pretty well, but on the whole, I think WWE storylines are not going very well, and I think the WWE is really struggling.
Wow. TNA fan strikes back.
Huzzah.
Kevin, what do you think?
I think Rob makes some good points. I think that some of the things they've tried haven't panned out, and I think, to be honest, a lot of this slowdown has to do with Laurinaitis and the fact that he it just doesn't have it yet. The promo this week was better. It seemed like there was actual passion behind that, but they had a lot of things rolling, and I don't know. The mid-card's been so good, though, so I don't want to say that everything's bad. But they maybe need some tweaking with some of the things that they're working on.
All right. The State of the Union is complicated. It's God, I can't believe I just made a politics joke. Oh, what a bad one. All right, so like Kevin said, I think Kevin's right when it comes to a lot of the stuff, but I think the problem is that I think we're seeing a period of transition right now in WWE proper, and that a year from now, a lot of this is going to be, we're going to not see so much a different product as it's going to be a different kind of product. And I think there's this awkward kind of like puberty stage that we're going through, where we're still trying to mature a few things and figure out what we're doing with certain titles and storylines and how we want to pursue those storylines and titles and stuff. And, still a feeling out period. And besides, everybody is getting fucking stoned. And it's like, you can't get a decent push if, oh, never mind. Anyway, all right, you guys want to move on to the undercard?
Sure.
All right. Time for the undercard, the wrestling news that we don't care about enough to talk about in the show proper. No WrestleMania in Dallas Cowboys Stadium, not at least until 2015, which is really surprising, because I thought for sure they'd have it this next coming WrestleMania. Dixie Carter says Sting's in his final year and will most likely retire. Sting refutes that, of course, but doesn't give any time frame on when he'll officially call it quits, of course. There's talk that Triple H and HBK will induct the Four Horsemen. Do you think that's suitable?
Why can't
Triple H and HBK?
I guess that works. They're
legends inducting legends. Why not?
Yeah, and coming from a group that was based, DX always seemed to me to be based off of the model of that the Four Horsemen worked on. So I could see it working.
Okay. All right. Okay. Speaking of Horsemen, Ric Flair, according to an interview he did during a fan signing, he will be at the Hall of Fame induction, and he said something about being limited to 7 minutes. So I don't know if he goes 7:01 and they tackle him, or if 7 minutes appearance on stage, or if that's the stipulation that TNA worked out. But it's 7 minutes.
My question is, how do you bring back Flair for Four Horsemen induction?
What do you mean? Wheel him out on a chair, or take a car?
Or, hey, TNA, we're going to take your contract and talent?
I don't know, but you got to think the thing is, a lot of people who work at TNA used to work, and not just wrestlers, but behind the scenes people, used to work at WWE, so they have to, or WWE and WCW, so they have to have that kind of respect that, this isn't like...
So people are watching live, and all of a sudden goes... Blah, 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 and my greatest moment was that TNA Bound for Glory. Just totally does a fucked up plug.
Yeah.
I mean, woo! Really...
Yeah, I don't see that happening. I don't know. It could. I mean, look, Ric Flair has proven that he has, poor impulse control in the past, so...
But even more than his poor impulse control... Flair, there are two things about Flair that you need to remember. A, he needs money. And B, he does have a certain respect for the business of wrestling. I wouldn't expect him to cause any shenanigans at the Hall of Fame and toy with the fact of ruining his legacy.
Yeah.
The only thing that I can think of is that they don't bring him back. He's already inducted personally.
No. He said he's going to be there. Everything, all the reports coming in are saying he's going to be there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's going to be on stage. Yeah, but that's where it came from. That 7 minute limit thing for Ric Flair said he's limited to 7 minutes, which I'm just like, why? What 7 minutes of what? In heaven? I don't know. Is it weird that I don't want Triple H and HBK, but the Rhodeses to induct them? For some reason, I just can't get past. I'd like to see Dustin and Dusty and Cody, yeah. All three of them kind of induct them. I don't know why, but I just think, Rhodes Sr.
Are there any Von Erichs left alive to induct them?
Lacey,
yeah.
All right.
That's it.
So, no.
So no.
Because she's so fucking brain dead.
No, wait, no. Isn't her uncle? Damn it, he's alive, isn't he? Doesn't he have a wrestling
Eric
school?
Von Erich? I don't know.
Anyway, whatever. Hogan shaved his mustache and head for a movie role. Do you think he should keep it off? I really hope he's in the movie with the monkey. If anybody reads Cracked, I really hope there's a monkey. Do you think he should go bald? Like, bald?
Well, yeah, why not? Hogan.
He's always had that tuft of hair in the back.
The Hogan
just
crown?
keep it around, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Hogan's basically bald anyways. Shaving that little piece of hair that's clinged onto his hair since the 80s.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
Just start at the belly button and just keep moving south, buddy.
Yeah, I don't see anything. Yeah, he should keep it off.
Hey, Bruce Willis did it, and look what happened to his career. He's going to be in G.I. Joe. Maybe that's what Hogan's movie role is. He's going to be in the G.I. Joe movie. Jennifer Hudson wants David Otunga to quit wrestling and do something productive with his law degree. I know what you're thinking, pussy whip, but let's be completely honest. What has David Otunga done in WWE?
A lot more than Jennifer Hudson's done. Jennifer Hudson's done with their entire fucking career.
I don't know, man. She had an Oscar nomination. I'm going to go ahead and say...
Thank you.
She's got him.
She's...
Yeah, I really
got a
don't know
point.
who the fuck she is. I'll admit that. I don't know who the fuck she actually is.
Jennifer Hudson? She was in... Wasn't she... Didn't she play...
Dreamgirls was the movie that she got the Oscar nomination for.
It's not
Okay, so she
Jennifer
blew somebody?
Hudson. No, Jennifer Hudson
Yes.
was in... No. Jennifer Hudson was in the...
Yes.
Fuck you guys. We're going to IMDb. We're going to close up. Right?
No. Jennifer Hudson was in the remake of The Munsters.
Telling you, she got an Oscar nomination.
No, actress, Dreamgirls.
Thank you.
Then
Best
who am I thinking
supporting
of?
actress.
So,
Jennifer
Harrison, you were
Hudson. I
saying?
don't think she won it. She got the
Hang on.
nomination.
No, the remake of The Munsters. Jennifer Hudson was in it. Right?
I'm looking at her
The movie?
her six credits: Dreamgirls, Sex and the City, Fragments, The Secret Life of Bees.
Well, maybe I'm thinking
Winnie,
of The Munsters. Who am I thinking
and
of?
she's in the post-production version movie, The Three Stooges. And why am I fucking going through this on this goddamn podcast?
Wait. There was a remake of The Munsters?
No, there's slated to be one in 2012. What am I thinking of? Not The Munsters.
Three Stooges, the last thing I read.
No, what's the show that had Thing in it and Cousin It?
That's the
Addams Family.
Yeah, wasn't Jennifer Hudson in that?
No.
No.
She's
Angelica Houston?
Angelica
Oh.
Houston was Morticia.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the
and
names
Jennifer
are kind of
No,
the
just
same.
to clarify, so you understand.
Yeah, the names are kind of the same. All right, that makes
Jennifer Hudson
hang on a second.
is
Let me-
African American.
Let me Google
Yes.
Jennifer Hudson real quick. Okay,
Wow.
that makes a lot more sense than what I was thinking.
You
Okay.
are
She's
out
not
of
playing Morticia, dude.
Yeah, I
You
thought
are
David
out of
Otunga
your
was dating
mind,
Morticia.
Harrison.
Okay, all right, this makes a lot more sense.
Oh, God.
Okay, all right. Okay. I gotta start watching E! Network more, because I'm fucking useless when it comes to pop culture.
Hey, wait. Here's my question. Why does it matter what he's doing? I mean, they're both making tons of money.
Is he, though?
That way he's not all over the country
Traveling.
away from her.
With those Brie Bellas, those hussies.
And
Orlets.
and spending what little time off he does have recuperating from injuries, bumps, bruises, and just general road leg.
You're insinuating that he actually does get in the ring.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
his
that's
2
a
minutes in
good
the
point.
ring every week
That's
is so tough.
That's a good point. I am assuming. Well, house shows.
Well, yeah, okay, all right. No, that's a fair point. But hey, like, if we know anything at all, it's when your girlfriend wants to limit your career in the WWE. That only means great things for you, right, Morrison? So Yokozuna is a rumored name to go into the Hall of Fame. Think he should be in there?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What? Kevin, are you serious? Yokozuna should not be in the Hall of Fame?
He had a title reign of 30 seconds. What?
Title reign does not equal Hall of Fame.
Mean Gene's
He's
in there.
not
He's
a
never held
Hall
the
of
belt.
Famer.
He broke. Was it Hogan's or the Undertaker's ribs?
Hogan's. Let me look it up real quick.
He's not a Hall of Famer in my book.
Yokozuna.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but yours is fucking retarded.
Thank you.
Yeah, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, Kev, even when they're wrong, like you.
Dude, he was in the WWE from 1992. Wow. Man, I remember watching this guy wrestle. It was great. Yokozuna! And he'd come walking out and do the sumo thing. Remember in the corner? The sumo thing? Oh, it was great. Yeah, I think it'd be good. I
miss Mr. Fuji.
Yeah.
Mr. Fuji.
Alright, who's ready for a win fail?
Win fail,
fail.
please.
And, he's in the same family of The Rock. Is he really?
Yeah, he's Samoan.
Well, no, I knew he was Samoan, which I always thought was kind of weird because he's playing a Japanese sumo wrestler, but he's Samoan.
Just about
There
every
you go.
Samoan in pro wrestling, aside from Samoa Joe, is related to The Rock in some way, shape, or form. And
So the entire continent. Okay, let's see here. Anoa'i was a member of the famous Anoa'i family. The Rock, Rikishi, Samu, Rosie, Manu, Umaga were among his cousins, and Alpha and Sika were his uncles. Damn, dude, it's like Alabama over there.
You know what I love? I love the fact that we refer to it as Umaga instead of Jamal.
Oh, is that what it's supposed to be?
I missed 3-minute warning. Rest in peace, Dave. Rest in peace.
Pour one out for my homies. All right, who's ready for win fail?
win fail.
Win fail. All right, time for wins of the week. Joe, your win of the week. Go, Joe.
Daniel Bryan scolding Big Show. That's fucking ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
All right, Kevin, your win of the week.
My win of the week is Harrison not knowing the difference between Jenna
Do we really
Brunson
gotta end
and
this?
Angelica Houston.
They have, like, the
because
same
this
name.
amuses me on so many levels.
They got, like, the names sound so familiar. Okay?
Yeah.
And you just,
Yeah,
That's
actually,
about it,
Angelica Houston.
so-
Here's the problem: Angelica Houston actually changed ethnicities when she did the Captain EO movie for fucking Disney.
Oh. How long am I going to honestly hear about this?
For a while,
least couple
probably.
I don't know how long has it been since you clogged Garvin's sink.
What? Oh, shut up, Joe. Rob, your win of the week. Go.
My win of the week has to be what I was talking about in the Impact segment. AJ Styles throwing the microphone at Chris Daniels. But I'll also give an honorable mention out to Tyler. For a kid as young as he sounds, he really had some cool ideas.
All right. My win of the week goes out to Garvin. We did Sunday morning. We did a test. Here's the thing you got to understand about Garvin. He does a lot of stuff backstage to make sure that the show is moving forward in a positive direction. And it's not just, keep in mind, we're shipping this to you for free. And he does more for us than probably anybody in PBS does for them. And we're not trying to sell you shitty embroidered handbags. So he does a lot backstage. And I just want to recognize his efforts on the show by saying, good job, buddy. We really appreciate everything that you're doing, even though a lot of our fans don't know who the hell you are. Yeah.
Am I dying?
No. No, but when you do, I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to set it on the podium and hit play, and I'm just going to go sit down. Including this part when we're talking and joking. I'm not even going to edit it. So, hello, everyone from the past. Sad Garvin died from that cougar infestation. I don't know. We'll all terribly miss him. All right, fails of the week. Go, Joe.
Evan Bourne. Evan Bourne is my fail of the week. Fucking idiot. If you smoked marijuana, you would have paid a fine. But no, you got to smoke the fake shit, which is then considered a worse substance by the WWE, and you get suspended for wellness policy. Dude, seriously?
All right, Rob, your fail of the week.
2-hour show for Impact, 4 matches, none of them really meaningful, aside from James Storm versus Angle. That's my fail of the week.
Okay. Kevin, your fail of the week.
Yeah, I want to have some different my fails Evan Bourne as well. The thing that disturbs me the most is the tweet that he had where he says sometimes your own worst enemy. Don't B. Hall. You know, get help, figure it out if you have to. I don't want you to turn into a train wreck. You're very talented. Don't squander it.
Yeah.
Just get it together, man, and just get it together. We don't want to see you go down that path. So,
you know, Kevin, that's an excellent point. I mean, that tweet right there doesn't really show that he's learning from the experience. It's more like, well, I like to do this. If the WWE is going to fire me, oh well.
No, it wasn't even like that. It was like, win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
It happens. All right, my fail of the week is Garvin. Stop volunteering us for shit. Stop asking people on Facebook if we want to cover more shows. This podcast is being held together with duct tape and hope, and you're asking to pile more shit on. And you volunteered me for some kind of roundtable racial discussion tomorrow night with 5 guys, I don't even know who they are, and I gotta talk about black people in wrestling. I'm the whitest guy on the goddamn planet. You know what I've been doing to prepare for this? I've been listening to Kanye and Flo Rida for like 2 days, hoping I can get enough street cred to do this properly. And you keep volunteering us for shit. So my fail is Garvin.
Hey, but us covering Superstars and NXT gave me a spot on the show.
I'll give you a spot on the show. Just stop asking people to have us do stuff. We're going to be playing someone's wedding pretty soon.
I do have an accordion.
I hate you so much sometimes.
New one of the week, Garvin.
Yeah.
God damn it. All right, question of the week. Who's going to win the Royal Rumble? Because now we are accurate with the calendar. See, the thing is, everyone's on a Gregorian calendar. I'm on the Mayan calendar, so that's where that mix-up came in. We all think it's going to be Y2J to win the Rumble. Garvin, you with us on that one?
I am not making a pick until the pre-show.
Ooh.
Just because I'm doing the pre-show.
Yeah, because Garvin's doing the pre-show.
Yeah, I'm going to lose my internet that day, so you're really going to be fun.
All right, so look for Garvin's pre-show, or Garvin's pick when he does the pre-show on TWR Network. Nice, buddy. Yeah, if you agree with us, Y2J, let us know. We're going to post it on Facebook, and let us know on Twitter who is going to win the Royal Rumble this year. In closing, as always, you can find this episode as well as our entire archive at ftwpodcast.com. And just in case you want to share the experience with others, join us every Wednesday at night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the twrnetwork.com. Chat with us and the rest of the listeners at TWR as we listen to this show and me complaining about Garvin that we're doing too much. Facebook.com/FTWpodcast, Twitter.com/FTWpodcast, YouTube.com/the FTW Podcast. You can call and leave us a voicemail like Tyler did at 313-444-FTW4. That's 313-444-3894. You can download our iOS and Android apps, and please rate us on iTunes. So we should have merch coming. We got a great store going. I'm going to set that up pretty soon. So we should have merch next week for you guys to download, for you guys to buy, and give us money so that we can use to pay for the hosting of this site, because you know, it's expensive, and you can only hoard Kevin out for so long before he gets all kind of used and wrinkly like a Kleenex.
Too late.
Anything else? Let's get out of here.
And then he whines, and, you know, we really don't want to listen to it.
Yeah. I think it's all like, guys, they keep touching me inappropriately, and they're so old, and we don't care. You know, you want to be on the show? This is payment for all the tech support of helping you figure out how to work Skype.
Wow. And on that note, we
deal with it.
Wow.
I doubt that. We can go
really
lower.
We can go lower.
I know we can go lower, but I agree with Kevin. We've hit a new low. We will go lower. I assure our fans that, but